Hi, welcome to your channel Generous, Gracious and Gallant. I'm your host Mohar and I'm back today with another very inspirational story about a landlord in Delhi supporting an healthcare worker during this critical COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown. But before we go on to that story, let me share with you a brief about the channel Generous, Gracious and Gallant. I started the channel Generous, Gracious and Gallant in May 2020 during the COVID 19 pandemic. Today, on this channel, we have got over 570 subscribers and 13,000 hours of view. Our mission is to share with you true stories of mankind at their very best so that everyone is inspired, the present and coming generations, to live by the eternal human principles such as respect for womankind, honesty, integrity. These eternal human principles are inscribed in stone and never change over time and space. I request all those of you who have come on to the first time to the channel or have not yet subscribed to the channel to kindly subscribe to the channel and also share these videos with your friends and family so that they too subscribe and become a part of our mission. Coming back to our story, India's and the countries across the world are facing one of our toughest challenges, the COVID 19 pandemic and the subsequent lockdown. Healthcare workers like doctors and nurses are at the forefront of the battle and helping multiple people survive the pandemic. They are working round the clock to save human lives and they are facing multiple difficulties. In addition to the multiple hours they put in, the huge risk to the life, multiple doctors and nurses are also reporting that they are being told by the landlords to vacate their houses because the landlords and their family members fear getting infected by COVID 19 due to these doctors and nurses who are staying on their properties. Despite being on the forefront and fighting to save our lives, these healthcare workers are facing a difficulty and a challenge. In these difficult times, a small act of kindness goes a long way. And a shining example of this is a landlord in Delhi. His name is Rohit Suri. At Delhi, a healthcare worker, a doctor, a resident at a private hospital is Kaushik Barua. And he, like many other healthcare workers, is putting in additional hours to save human lives. And all healthcare workers, including Kaushik Barua, in addition to putting in additional hours to save human lives, are also facing a problem in managing their personal lives. Their families are being neglected, they're not able to make food for themselves, not able to get food on a timely basis. In these difficult times, his landlord, Rohit Suri, ensures that he cooks hot food for Kaushik Barua whenever Kaushik is back from hospital work so that Kaushik can relax and have a hot meal. Such a wonderful example of a small act of kindness making a big difference. Kaushik Barua says that Mr. Rohit Suri is a wonderful example of the kind of people we need today. A wonderful human being who is required in these difficult COVID 19 pandemic and lockdown times. All of us need to make a small difference, step up, make a difference to someone who needs our help. Maybe such a small thing as heating up the food and giving to them, as Mr. Rohit Suri does, makes the food heats it and gives it piping hot to Kaushik Barua once he comes back from the hospital. Wonderful example of small act of kindness going a long way. Friends, we are facing a very difficult pandemic. In these difficult times, we need to step up and make a difference to someone in our community. I'm a strong proponent of the concept of difference to one, where you need to scan your neighborhood, just check out one person who needs your help and help them. Your act of kindness will go a long way in mankind defeating this infamous COVID-19 virus. I'm sure all of you enjoy this inspirational story which I bring for you on your very own channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant. I request you once again, please do subscribe to the channel and also share these inspirational videos with your friends and family. Encourage them to subscribe so that they too join our mission of living by the eternal human principles. Till we meet again with another inspirational video on your very own channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant. Good luck, all the best, stay safe.